Hello, it's Lynn with Crafting Break for our day 5 and our final day of the Spooky Halloween Craft Along. I will do a recap at the end of all the cards we made, but to start off with, we'll show you the card we're going to make tonight. So this is the card. We have a little bit of cutting to do, but other than that, the card should come together really nicely. I don't know why I say Happy Halloween and Happy Halloween. So on this next card, we're going to change that. Let's do something different. Okay, so you should be towards the end of everything in your card kit, if I did it correctly. You have a card base of Granny Apple Green. You have a card layer of basic black and one card layer of basic white. Same size, whites for the inside, blacks for the outside. Okay, let's cut strips of DSP and get this piece out. That piece is this one right here. And as usual, just cut along the line to release this piece. And it's probably about 2 inches. I am not going to cut this piece on film because I already cut a couple and I've stamped them already. So I'm going to end up using these. So go ahead and get your piece out and cut it and stamp Happy Halloween on it. Or you can stamp anything else you want on it. You know, the set has No Tricks, All Treats. Happy, that would fit there. Spooky would fit there. I picked a sentiment that would fit really well in that spot, but I think No Tricks, All Treats would fit nicely as well. So I'm gonna, and actually, go ahead and cut 2 of these out because we're gonna need one for the final project as well, which is this treat bag right here. So go ahead and cut 2 of those out. And you can stamp both of them. I've got a variety of colors. I stamped this one in black to put inside the bag. This one I stamped in orange. I'm going to use this one I stamped in Petunia Pop. So a couple different color options you can use on that because this card has all the colors on it. Okay, let's go ahead and start finding these strips of DSP. Let me find my stuff. Oh, I've got a piece here. So the fence, which came out of, remember the strips of the houses and the doors? The back side is what we're going to use of that. I like the Petunia Pop on that. So let me see if I can get 2 out of this one. Oh, I've got another strip right here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and use that. And the measurement of these strips that we're cutting, in height, they are 3 3/4, and in width, they are 3/4. So let me get my paper trimmer. And if the height, I just forgot my measurement already. If the height is 3 3/4, then I'm going to go 3 3/4 with this longer strip. And then, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. The 3/4, making sure that is 3/4 again. Yes, I'm gonna use the right side of my trimmer because it gives me, oops, I got stuck. It gives me a little more control for cutting such a narrow piece. Okay, so we've got those 2. I'm just gonna lay them on here so I don't forget what we need. And if you don't want to cut this many strips, I did a similar card in my card class. I did 5 in that one. You can cut various different sizes. It's just a good layout to use up some scraps, which is nice. Okay, let's go digging through our pack again. And we want to find the orange piece and the candy. So the candy, we haven't really used, I don't know if we've used that one yet because I don't think I have it cut. No, I think we have because I said watch the bats. So here's our bats. What I'm going to do on this one is I'm actually, because I just want this strip, I don't want to cut the whole top off. I'm going to take my longer piece, or my large, it's a 12 by 12 sheet, and I'm going to cut on the right side my 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to cut my, I keep forgetting this measurement, 3 3/4. So I'm not losing a whole chunk of paper on that. So we need 2 of those. So you're going 3 3/4. Okay, that takes care of that color. Now we need to find the pumpkin pie. So let me put this one back in. And let's find the pumpkin pie. Oh, where are you? Here it is. It is behind this sheet. Super cute. I mean, you could even use this side, but with cutting such narrow strips, I think you might not catch all the characters. So I'm going to use this side. And again, I'm going to go to the right side of my trimmer, and I'm going to cut 3/4 of an inch down. And then I'm going to cut, was it 3 3/4? 3 3/4. Let's see. Yeah, I got it right. Okay, 3 3/4. Okay, those are all the strips we need. I'm going to put my paper away and hope that you're caught up with all that. Again, you can push pause, watch the replay. You're not going to miss out on anything. Trust me, if I go too fast, there's a replay option for sure. Or you can pause me and rewind me. Okay, let's get our parts and pieces here. My black layer. I'm going to go ahead and start dry fitting all of my pieces on here. Now, of course, they're probably going to shift a little bit as I put them down. And I do have a method for how I end up gluing this. And I think I talked about that on another card. If I didn't, then we'll talk about it now. But I will end up starting from both sides, the right and the left, and then work my way in. Sorry, my reach for the glue. So that way, whatever I end up with in the middle, oh, that's a lot of glue, comes out pretty close to even. That way I won't have such a gap on the ends, which is why I go outside to the inside. Okay, let's do the Petunia Pop piece. Oh, I like this side too. That side's really pretty. That one didn't have any of the fence, so it's that really pretty Petunia Pop sky. Oh well, we'll go with this side. It's always the problem, is picking the side of the paper. Okay, now we're gonna have 2 oranges. Oh look, those would have been cute. I mean, feel free to flip your paper around. You can use whatever side you'd like. It is sometimes really hard to choose. Okay, let's put this one down. Uh-oh. I've been slid a little more than I wanted it to. All right, 2 more strips to go. Making sure, of course, my bats will go flying the right way. I realized on one of the videos I made, I ended up gluing my bats upside down anyway after I made that comment. You know, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know but me. All right, let's put this one down. And the last piece. That is not bad for spacing at all. Not bad. Excuse me. Okay, let's take the Happy Halloween, and we're gonna pop that up on some dimensionals. A new sheet of dimensionals. It's the best. Okay. I hope you liked these projects this week. I had a lot of fun designing them. I actually sat down and I got the paper pack and I sat there and I designed all of the cards in one day because I was having just so much fun with it. Sometimes they make it so easy. Not sometimes, most of the time. It just, you know when your creative juices are just flowing? I had one of those days. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I struggle. especially if it's been a really long work week, which for me this week, it has been. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp the inside, and let's change out our sentiment because we don't want to say Happy Halloween and Happy Halloween again. So I think I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to say, don't worry, eat sweets. Because that's really cute. I love that. And that's on Cricut. Thing I do to line up these long ones is I just lay it flat on the line and then I pick it up. Okay, I'm looking for, you know what, I think I want to do black on that because the Granny Apple Green is not so dark. So let's do that. I know I normally do the same color of the card base, but that was looking a little light to me. I think that'll pop a little better. Okay, let's put our card together. All right, we'll put the inside layer on. And our outside, oops, almost got that in the glue. Oh, it's so colorful, it's so cute. So cute. Okay, our favorite stars. I went with 3. I don't want to put that on the lollipop. I'm gonna move that one right there. I think I used all of the large ones on this card, so I'm gonna do the same thing again. Come on, little guy. Let's put you here, and we'll put you in the same spot. Okay, there we go. There's our card for the night. Happy Halloween. Okay, let's move on to this little treat pouch. Super simple. Again, because this kit made it so easy. Let's pull out an iridescent bag, which you should have one left. And if you already cut that out, go ahead and grab that and stamp Happy Halloween, or you know what would be really cute is if you stamped all tricks, I'm sorry, no tricks, all treats, since it is treats in here. But I'm gonna go ahead and use that because I've already cut that out. And now we want these two, well, we want a broom. So let's punch out a broom from our DSP pack. I used double candy corns. You know what, 3 might look good. I'm gonna punch out an extra one because I might want to do 3 on this card, or this tag. Okay, now we should have something left that looks like this. We're gonna want to cut out each of these strips. So let me get my paper trimmer out. We want both of these banners. Oh, these inks are in my way. And again, I don't measure, I just line it up in the center of my track. Okay, for this one, I'm going to cut out around the white. I wanted it to be more like a banner, so I'm going to cut off the edges and just kind of follow along that white line. It's an imperfect line, so don't worry about being straight. Just follow along the best you can with it. Okay. It's the 5th day. I'm tired. All right, there we go. I've never done one of these before, this craft along, and I know the amount of work that goes into it now, and I'm gonna really do a lot more prep for the next one. Before I, speaking of that, so we will do another craft along for Christmas, and we'll do it the first week of December. Next month in November, I'm gonna do a gratitude week. It's not going to be a craft along, but there'll be 5 projects during the week, and it'll be a free class with purchase. So I decided to do that instead of a craft along. But we will do another craft along in December for Christmas. Similar thing. Okay, so because these were really long, right? Like I didn't want that to be as long as the bag. And even I left this one a little long, but I wanted the broom to fit on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the broom, and actually I want to show more of the purple this time. So I want to see how much of the broom I need, knowing that I want to put a little hole punch up there as well. Okay, so I just trimmed off a little bit there. It might be a little too long. Let's see how it lines up with this one. Yeah, see, too long still. Let's just trim it off some more. It'll be okay if the broom hangs off. I'm not gonna have a problem with that. Okay, I like that. Okay. Now, while we have these two pieces, if you have a hole punch, go ahead and punch the hole. If not, don't worry about it. You can use your scissors to kind of get a little bit of a hole, and any size hole punch will work. A nail, a pin, take your pick tool, anything to get a little bit of a hole there, because we're going to wrap a ribbon around it. And of course, I don't have any more of these treats. Oh, but you know what I do have? Sorry, my reach. I got to get over here. I have a Rice Krispie bar. So let's use that for this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our iridescent bag and put whatever treats you have inside. This one I have, how many do I have in there? 3? Yeah, I have 3. Welch's makes these little Halloween gummies, and I fit 3 of those in here. Those are super cute. I get those every year for Halloween. So this one's going to sit a little differently because, you know, I don't have the height that this one has. Well, that's okay. Let's go ahead and open this one, and I'll make it with you with these. So, of course, you're going to have to find something that fits. These fit perfectly. Maybe slightly tall, but I don't know. See how cute they are? They're little bats and pumpkins and witches. I may or may not have eaten quite a few of these, and I won't tell you how many Rice Krispie treats I've eaten either. Oh, I have such a bad sweet tooth. Okay, those fit in there. And then what I just did is I took this tag and I slipped it right into the bottom. Happy Halloween. Super simple. Now, you are going to need some of your Petunia Pop ribbon. I usually do 12 inches. Oh, I did 11 on that one, but let me just do 12. I usually do 12. Cut yourself a long strip of ribbon. 12 would be ideal, or longer. And now, what we're gonna do, did I lose some candy corns somewhere? Of course I did. Well, you know what? I'm sure we'll find them. If not, the pack's got a lot more. Okay, take your Petunia Pop ribbon and feed it, at least this is how I do it. I feed it through the top. And then I lay that on top of the bag and I circle my ribbon around. And you're gonna wanna pinch your bag closed a little bit. And it will kind of fold like that. Just gotta work with it. All right, there you go. Get the air out. All right, and tie your bow. This one I did not do bunny ears on. I don't worry about these looking so perfect on a treat bag. Okay, there's that. And you can kind of shove, you know, move those off to the side. Oh, I found my candy corns. All right, let's glue the broom down, and let's see if I really do want a couple, if I want 3 candy corns or not. Apparently I should not have put that much glue on it, but that's okay. It'll keep the tags together like that. Because I put glue on the broom, now my tags are going to stay separated like that, which is kind of cute actually. Okay, now for the candy corns. Let's see. I think 3 is too much. I'm just going to go with the 2. Okay, there we go. Cute little treat bag, which you can put any treats you want in it, but just super simple. If you have any nephews, nieces, kids, how fun to give those out to their class or neighbors. A little treat for your neighbors, people you work with. Just a really cute idea. And that concludes our Spooky Halloween Craft Along. Let me pull out all the projects we've done. We've done this cute treat bag. This card we did tonight. We did these 2 cards last night. I'm running out of forgetting what order I did all these in. I got them a little mixed up. I believe this one was on Wednesday, or these 2. These were on Tuesday, and these were on Monday to get us started. Thank you so much for tuning in, for those of you that purchased the kit. I truly appreciate it. It was my first time doing this, and I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I just can't say thank you enough for the support. And if you haven't yet, sign up for my email list so you can get notifications on future classes and events. Subscribe to my YouTube, like my Facebook page, all the good stuff. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.